Now, this isn't a video I usually make on this channel. I try and stick to a theme, and of course, the theme is Real Madrid. I don't like to go off topic and just post things for likes or views. You know, when Diogo Jota died, I didn't mention anything because he's not a player I ever supported or ever had any interest in. Obviously, it's a tragedy that he died, and a lot of people obviously were very connected to him, but I wasn't. So it just seems a bit fake to me to be posting videos saying, "Oh, you know, such and such died today." If I was going to be doing that, I'd be here every day posting videos, right? So sometimes I think a lot of people are doing it just for attention for themselves. But anyway, that's a different topic. But Ozzy Osbourne died today, and you might have noticed on a few of my videos, I do talk about music because I love music. I love rock music, especially from the '60s, '70s. My favorite bands are bands like Free. I love the Clash from the '70s. Obviously, the Beatles, the Stones. It's very difficult to understate how important he is for music and Black Sabbath in general. Because after the first wave of bands that came out in the early '60s, the Kinks, the Stones, the Beatles, you know, there were really three bands. You know, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and Black Sabbath, and they were the three bands that really took music, rock music, to another level. You know, and influenced everyone that's playing today. So it's yeah. I mean, we have lost a legend today. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest Black Sabbath fan. I would probably say Sabbath Bloody Sabbath was my favorite Black Sabbath album, but it's probably one of the only albums I've listened to all the way through. However, I was a fan of Ozzy as a person. He was so funny and he had such a great sense of humor. He lived a crazy life. I mean, it's amazing he lived to 76. His show that he did a couple of weeks ago in Birmingham was fantastic. I remember watching that for hours and hours, waiting to see how he would do. And he performed pretty well. I mean, for a guy who was just about to die, that's a pretty impressive performance. It's a bit like Lemmy from Motorhead. Just, I think Lemmy died a couple of weeks after performing as well on stage. I mean, he really loved music. You could tell that. And isn't it interesting that when people die, often they're holding on to something. Ozzy, I'm sure would have known his time was coming to an end, but he was holding on to that gig. And then once the gig is done, it's almost like his body said, "Okay, let's it's time to go now," kind of thing. It's many stories. I think Johnny Cash as well. Johnny Cash, when his wife died, pretty quickly he went as well, and I think he stayed to try and finish his album. And then once the album was completed, I guess he didn't have any more reason to stick around. It's quite amazing how that works. But yeah, I just wanted to post this video because he's an absolute legend. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's sad, but you know, he got to 76, and the amount of drugs and drink that he consumed, that's a pretty respectable age. You know, he done very well. It's yeah, but we definitely the music industry will certainly miss people like Ozzy Osbourne. You know, there's not that many mavericks around anymore. So yeah, thanks for all the music, Ozzy. It sucks, but you know, it's life. Take care, guys.